Good morning, my name is Angela Fagg with Messengers of Truth. Today is April 1st, 2026 at approximately somewhere around 7:30 a.m. I forgot to look what time it was, but it's about 7:30, maybe 7:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Coming to you live from Cape Coral, Florida. I'll show you. When I first moved here 7 years ago, see my finger? Right there is where the sun used to come up. Right there on this house. And it would go a little bit further this way and a little bit further this way. Okay? Now it goes that's not going to work. Hold on. Now it goes all the way over this way in the wintertime and all the way over this way. I like the... I'm going to go this way a little bit so I don't have that big shadow on my face. So, well, gas was $4.29 yesterday. Hold on. I noticed yesterday that I had a whole bunch of space up above my head. And I was like, too close. Oh, mother. There it came back. So gas is going up rapidly. Food prices are going up too. Nothing's really going down. And nothing's gone down besides eggs. But I don't buy eggs because I got chickens. So I don't really have much to talk about this morning. You know, is it complaining because of the gas prices? Or is it just observation, you know? Because pretty soon, people on the lower scale of things aren't going to be able to go to work. Because they're not going to be able to afford it. It's going to be cheaper for them. And this is pretty sad, dude. It's going to be cheaper for them to be on welfare. And it's not that we need to raise the... what is that called? The hourly rate for people to get paid. It's the fact that other things need to come down. Why is our gas prices still going up so high if we have so much in America? It doesn't really make any sense to me. And a lot of things don't make sense to me, but it goes like this, you know. Everybody, they just haven't been telling us. You know, here in Florida, they did a law against chemtrails, whatever, okay? Stratospheric injections, that it wouldn't happen anymore. And I'll show you right now. You can clearly see, you see all that in the sky? Those wispy ones up at the top, they started out as lines. And now the ones down here that are just lines are starting to spread out like the wispy ones, you see? Work 2 week connection, then it goes away. So, we're so worried, right? About other people's countries, about this or that, right? Is what they tell us to worry about. But they're still spraying our skies. They're still doing all the things that they weren't supposed to be doing anymore. I mean, just kind of let that set in. And you tell us, they say all this stuff like, well, you know, at the beginning of the Trump administration, he was doing so good. Implementing the security state, censoring more people. A lot of people got their channels back. You know, this is different than my first channel. But I just want to say thank you out there to the 40 subscribers I have on Rumble and the 80. We're up to 80. Like, I feel like I'm big balling now. Most people wouldn't, but 80 people Well, there's about 10 of them that I know. So there's 70 people that are willing to watch me. I just want to tell you thank you. You can like and subscribe. You know, that's why I put that little thing down there at the bottom so I didn't have to say it. You know, I'm a type of person that I think a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot. I think about things over and over again to see if there's a different possible way. And I've looked at this situation over the years where I would have never even really paid attention to it. You know, political stuff. So, hold on. I don't throw my cigarette butts on the ground anywhere I go. So, you know, the story goes, this is, so we're told, it's always, well, Trump doesn't know what he's doing. Well, okay, he didn't know what he was doing his first term, right? And how many people got censored during that time? How many people lost their channels? Got kicked off the twatters, you know, Twitter, Twatter, X, whatever. I'm going to go with Twatter still. They got kicked off of that. They got their I mean, like Alex Jones, he got everything. He had to start his own, you know, streaming stuff up. And then there was other people that also, but a lot of those people got their stuff back. That was during Trump's first administration. Also, when did the lockdowns come? When did all this other stuff happen? Trump was president. And, you know, he did call for National Guard to come down to Washington, D.C. But with what they were saying, why didn't he enforce it better? Listen, I'm not blaming him. I'm questioning. And I think everybody needs to start questioning a lot of things. There's people that lost their whole complete lives. There's some that died in the jail. And then the same people that were so upset about that are cheering on other Americans getting beat up in the street. Does it make sense? That's because that's what they want. People are cheering on more government, more censor, more, you know, everything. Anti-Semitism, you can't, like in Florida, they made a whole law for it. I gotta say it because it's funny. I can't help it. I could help it, but I'm gonna say it anyways. The Jew police, the Jews. I come from Jews, so it's all right, right? No, we should still be able to tell jokes. It doesn't matter. Cracker jokes, whatever. I'm a Florida cracker. Only one in my family, but whatever. I don't, you know. They come to your house. There's already videos out there. Oh, that would have been a good shot. And Dovey just flew like in a circle right in front of my little tripod here on the whatever. So they want to tell us, they go around the world, right? These assholes. You know, it doesn't matter which asshole it was. I'm going to be frank. Actually, my name's Angela, but, you know, straightforward. These assholes go around the world and they're like, free speech, you guys are wrong for not doing free speech. And then they come back here and they say, oh, that's anti-Semitism. It don't matter. If you don't like what someone's saying, you turn the channel. You turn it off. You don't listen to them. And if there's somebody out there acting stupid in the street, let them be stupid. Sooner or later, society will figure itself out. I'll tell you this. Because there's people getting sick of you messing with their children. And they're only doing more. I mean, look, Lindsey Graham was at Disney World, which is here in I have to keep asking. you know, which one's Disney World, which one's Disneyland. But Disney World's here in Florida, right outside Orlando. It's not in Orlando, it's in Kissimmee. Anyways, some of it, very small amount, is in Orange County, and then the other amount is in Osceola County. But I believe they have like their whole own system there, like it's in their own town. You can go to Disney jail and they can decide whether or not the county can come pick you up or not. It's some crazy shit. Anyways, got off track there. So Lindsey Graham goes to Disney World, walking around with the princess wand, okay, riding little kids' rides with no kids with them, no security with them, no nothing, just, I mean, come on, guys. That's a little strange. He's a little weird. He's been weird for a long time. You know, okay, let's rephrase that. He's not weird because I like, you know, weird people. I don't like evil people. That's evil. What he does is evil. Ask Hunter Biden. No, I just said ask Hunter Biden. That's what I said. Ask him about Lindsey Graham. Maybe he knows something we don't know. It's possible. It's very possible. You know, I don't know much else to say, man. It's just that it's like this whole shit show going on, and it's dividing our country more and more, and some people don't want to say certain things, and it's hard to talk to people because you don't know how they're going to feel, you know? Like, you don't know if you could tell a Jew joke. You don't know if you can be like, Jews own everything. Like, girl who did my nails, that's what she was getting around with that. I was like, yeah, they do say that, don't they? And then I said, that's probably why everything's like turning gray and black, because they got it on sale. She didn't catch what I was saying. That dove did it again. Hi, Dovey. Orange legs. See, the mourning doves, they have orange legs. And then you got the Asian doves, they have a stripe on their neck. They're much bigger. People are worried all over the place, but I want to give you some comfort right now. Like, maybe this will help with the worrying. All you got to do is Google preppers, and you'll see that people all over America have been prepping and saving food, and it's not just for themselves. I know a couple people who have been storing up foods and soaps and things to that effect, you know, essentials, so when the shit does go down in Grenado, they can help people. And it's happening all over the United States. I know of somebody personally, but then I also know there is a church that's doing it also. And they're teaching people how to grow food and other things, which is also important. Oh, that thing's blinking funny down there. Who knows? Who knows how much of this is going to be on there and not get cut off? That happens, you know. Whatever. We just gotta take a deep breath and realize the earth never ends. Okay, that's like the first thing. Earth never ends. You can't take out a whole dimension and all the dimensions. You understand what I'm saying? You can't. And you can't force somebody, especially God and Jesus. You can't force them to do what you want them to do. You're playing a game. That's what he's been doing. And you're just going to lose anyways. Rabbits have been coming closer. It's going to start being the season of rabbits having babies in my yard, and I'm going to have to tell you, it's a difficult season because you're probably not going to like this, but it's true. The chickens like to pull the baby rabbits out of their hole and eat them. Yeah. We've had like 13 rabbits die in our yard. It's sad. Oh, aerator bird. It's sad, but it happens. So I build a box and I make it waterproof that I can set over their little holes. I find things to set over them so the bunnies can still get in there and to feed the babies until they're big enough. So it protects them a little bit, but it doesn't always work. Things are still growing. No matter what they do, they're not going to be able to stop it. You see, they always think that they can do everything, but they can't. God always sends somebody. We should really look at the history and what was going on during the time of Jesus, because that will give you a big reason why he came at that time. And I mean, it could have a lot to do with sacrificing children. It really could. It could have a lot to do with that. It could have a lot to do with the fact that some were involved. That's why he that one time he told that pastor, because the hooker was trying to be forgiven, and they're like, you can't do that, and he pretty much, I'm summing it up, okay, and I'm using my own words, and he's pretty much like, don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. Maybe that a lot of that was going on. Is that going on now? Yesterday I took a day off of the news. I didn't really watch it. In the morning time I do, because what else do I have to do? I'm waiting for my chickens to get up. And then this morning I watched some of it, and it's kind of gross. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of really, really gross, dude. How much? It is 1984. For those who haven't read the book, you should read the book by George Orwell, 1984. And if you don't feel like reading the book, they got a movie. It's really hard to watch because it's so old. Maybe somebody should make a new one for educational purposes. But you should really watch it. And then you got The Brave New World, the book. I don't know if that's by George Orwell. Don't quote me on that. But you can watch the movie also. And they also got a TV series they started doing. They got a few TV series they did that are this is really what they want to do. They want to lock your consciousness up, which is your soul, your spirit. They want to lock it up. Lock it up. They want to suck all your light out of you. All of your light. They just want to suck it right up. You can really see my birthmark today. See my birthmark? I'll be able to see more when I watch the video. So, it's not good. You don't want to live in the new dimension, dimension that they're building. That's the meta. You don't want to live there. You lose all connection and they control everything. I mean, they already know how to give clean electricity. Like the power poles, they do have radiation that comes off of most of them. But they already know how to make things better. This is all because they want to kill creation and know what all of creation is. because they want the power that God has, and they can't have it. Every time I say something like that, like a dove flies over. There's not as many as there used to be. And I take that as in maybe the birds are dying. Makes me a little sad and kind of pisses me off, to tell you the truth. I mean, 175 manatees died in this area so far this year. That's all I got for today. There's just so much that's going on right now. I mean, like, what do you say about all of it that I haven't already said? Do we keep harsh, you know, going over and over again like a little repetitive bitch? I don't care for repetitiveness. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, because of all this other stuff, Epstein's not being talked about as much. Oh, well, except for, you know, the beauty pageant that was just done at Mar-a-Lago. And how about the furry event they had there? Don't only focus on Trump. You can't. You can't only, because it's not just him. And a lot of people want to focus on one person that's up there, and you can't. It's all of them. All of them are bold-faced lying. Every last one of them. Every last one of them have lied. You're really going to have to take that into, like, understand that. And whatever happened to that doctor that came from Canada? Do you remember him? Came to from Canada. God, I can't remember his name. And he said, one time he said, yeah, the Trump administration pulled me in here so I would help them break down the system. Why is it that none of us get a choice? You know that we don't get a choice. And is it going to start making people mad when the children start coming up missing? Are people actually going to start standing up more then? Either they're going to be missing or they've already spread something. Something's about to happen. Something that I do know is that people will be okay. Is it gonna suck? Yeah. But for over 3 years now, just on this channel alone, I've said things, I've talked about things, I've all kinds of stuff. I don't want to go over it again. You're gonna have to go back and watch the videos. I've been through a massive hurricane. I put a video up of that, because I videoed some of it while we were going through it. I just couldn't do it live because there was no internet or anything. Everything was, you know, only the police and the emergency vehicles had phones and stuff. And it's like it's happening this year. And I don't like it. Sometimes I cry. But there's nothing that I can do to change it. That's the wisdom that we have to have. We can only change small groups of people at a time. And what I mean is, God will do it. He's already sent people here that are at the proper age. He also sent pastors just to America for this reason. And a lot of people don't want to take a grip on that. Why do you think... Why do you think only certain pastors got arrested in America? The chicken is trying to grab my shorts. You gotta watch them. Like if you have a piece of lint or something on you, they want to poke it right off of you. And you're like, come on, bro, don't do that. But yeah, why do you think that they only arrested certain pastors? And if you notice, a few of those pastors that weren't arrested but got a real hard time have really, what is that? I call them switch hitters. That is what I call them, switch hitters. Because it's one thing and then it's another, you know? I ain't got nothing else to say, man. I'm just kind of like real calm, you know? I'm actually really calm. I'm not sad or anything. I'm just, who cares? I'll give you something cool to look at, though, real quick. See the bunny over there? I pour a little bit of seeds right there. She's on high alert because where I'm at, pretty close to her. Then you got chickens all over there. See them? Grass is starting to get green again. That's a good sign. All right, listen. Been here for half an hour, kind of moseying around. Not real high energy right now. You know, I'm kind of like at a what the fuck stage. Like, what? Why? And then I'm like, oh, you don't always have to know the why, Angela. You don't always have to know the why. But we do. I want to know the why. I mean, I got lots of questions. And ain't nobody answering them. Listen, hold your head up high. Hold it up high. Go in there and look in that mirror and say, you are beautiful. You are handsome. You are a good person. You are kind to people. You have manners. You want to listen when people are speaking. You are a good person. Okay? You are. You're loved. May not feel like it, but you are. You really are. The sun's really bright in my eye. You just have to find out for yourself. Is it going to be hard? It's going to be hard. But a great woman once said, life ain't easy. If it's easy, then it's not meant to be lived. How do you know the bad from the good if you don't experience it? I'm not saying that everybody, you know, has to have poo-poo life. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, how do you know? Everybody's level of poo-poo-ness is different because we were all raised differently. We're all different humans. Okay? It's okay to be different. I like the weird ones. Not the six sinister ones. I like the weird ones. The creative ones. The artists. The musicians. Okay? That pretty much just summed up like everybody in the world. I like people. I just don't want to be around them all the time. All right? I think a lot of people feel that way. But today, I hope that something comes across to you that is just so funny that it lifts your spirit. And you're just like, you want to laugh at it. Trash man's coming. I don't know if you can hear him. Have a wonderfully beautiful, fantastic, amazing day. No matter what it brings, no matter how down you feel, think of something to laugh at. And laugh out loud. All right? Until tomorrow morning, I might do a video tonight because I want to show you some things that so you'll understand from what I talked about yesterday. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for stopping by. Until next time. Uh-oh.